Biggest architectural fails in the world. Tacoma Narrows Bridge. The Tacoma Narrows Bridge opened in 1940 and connected the port city of Tacoma, Washington to the Kitsap Peninsula. This bridge that boasted of being the third longest suspension bridge in the world ultimately closed down just a few months later. That's because it spectacularly collapsed. Turns out that the cause of the collapse was inadequate girders that were used for the bridge to keep the construction costs low. When the bridge was opened for use, it immediately began to buckle and sway, earning the nickname Galloping Gertie. Miraculously, no human lives were lost even as the entire bridge collapsed into the river below. The Walkie-Talkie. 20 Fenchurch Street is a commercial skyscraper in London that is also known as the Walkie-Talkie because of its peculiar structure. When it was constructed in 2014, its unique concave structure was hailed as an architectural marvel. But then, it started giving way to serious safety and health issues. The concave structure started reflecting sunlight onto local streets. In one famous incident, the rays melted a Jaguar parked nearby along with several other vehicles. The problem was finally solved by fitting a sunshade to the building. John Hancock Tower. The John Hancock Tower is a 60-story skyscraper in Boston that was unveiled in 1976. The building was one of its kind thanks to its sleek appearance and won several accolades. But soon, the problems began. The windows of the building kept collapsing on the pavement hundreds of feet below, due to thermal stresses to the panels. The replacement of all 10,000 windows came at a cost of $5 million. Also, the tower reportedly swayed so dramatically that residents on the top floors started experiencing motion sickness. The Lotus Riverside. The Lotus Riverside is a residential apartment complex in Shanghai, consisting of 11 three-story buildings. In June 2009, one building toppled over, barely missing its adjacent building. Thankfully, this saved the adjoining buildings from a domino effect that would have taken many lives. The sudden collapse was because of an excavation that was in progress for an underground garage. The earth removed from beneath the building was dumped into a landfill near a creek, and its weight caused the riverbank to collapse. Water from the creek then seeped under the building and weakened its foundation, causing it to topple over. The Leaning Tower of Pisa. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is probably the most famous example of an architecture fail. The Tower of Pisa is a freestanding bell tower associated with the Cathedral of Pisa in Italy. It is a famous destination for tourists because of its iconic 4-degree lean. The tower began to tilt when its construction first started in 1173, because of unsuitable ground and an unstable foundation. The tilt worsened as the construction progressed and several attempts at correction were made, but to no avail. The structure was stabilized by remedial work between 1993 and 2001 and now remains a world-famous monument. The Aon Center. The Aon Center is the third tallest building in Chicago and was completed in 1973. It was a marvelous structure to behold as the building was externally sheathed in Italian Carrara marble. But just in 1974, one rogue slab of the marble detached and fell onto the roof of the neighboring Prudential Center. After exposure to Chicago's temperatures, it was revealed that the marble structure was deteriorating rapidly, resulting in the building's loss of strength. Ultimately, the building was refaced with a granite facade at a cost of over $80 million. Pier 1 Playground. While playgrounds are a place for fun and frolicking for children, this one is an exception. The Pier 1 Playground in Brooklyn was not at all well thought out. The designers made the play and climbing structures entirely out of pure steel. As the temperatures began to soar in the city, the poor children couldn't even bear to touch any of the structures. One of the kids' parents even observed that they were so hot that one could fry an egg on them. In 2010, it was reported that the piercing hot structures